friends, this is Miss A from the Northeast branch of the Reading Public Library, and with this video I'll be starting a new series that will be premiering monthly on our YouTube channel, and that is Reader's Advisory. So Reader's Advisory is when a librarian recommends books to you, and for this month I will be recommending picture books for International Day of Peace. There are lots of great books you can read to children on this topic. So this book is for both caregivers and children. Together, think of a book you might want to read. You can read them all at a library near you. So books that are appropriate for International Day of Peace are books that are about peace generally and also just about kindness. The first step to peace is in our actions. With every act of kindness, we build a peaceful world that we want to live in. So, let's get started. I have a lot of picture books I love about peace and kindness for children. To start out, one book that I really love is called Leonardo, the Terrible Monster by Mo Willems, a very popular children's author. So Leonardo, the Terrible Monster is about Leonardo, our monster, who's sad because he isn't very scary. So he decides to scare a little boy. However, afterwards, he realizes the little boy is having a terrible day, and instead of being a terrible monster, decides to be a kind one. It's a great story about friendship, and I highly recommend. Also, like all of Mo Willems' books, it's really funny. So if you want a lighthearted, easy read about kindness that's not too preachy, take a chance on Leonardo, the Terrible Monster. Another book I love is The Bad Seed, written by Jory John and illustrated by Pete Oswald. And this is part of a series. There's also The Good Egg, but I like The Bad Seed even more. So The Bad Seed follows a sunflower seed with great illustrations. And this sunflower seed is known by all to be quite a bad seed. He's not a very nice fellow, or so we think at the beginning. What I love about this book is it dives into the background of the bad seed, what led him to lead the life he does now. But then we also follow his journey to making better choices, to being a kinder person. And I really like this book because it encourages children to be understanding and tolerant of others and consider the backgrounds of people when we judge their actions, but it also shows us that no one is beyond saving. It encourages children to dream of a better world and to give people a chance and also to improve themselves. So I feel like this book has a really wholesome, very sweet message, but it's also like all of Jory John's books. It's really funny, and Pete Oswald's illustrations are fantastic. So highly recommend The Bad Seed. Speaking of seeds, another book I love is If You Plant a Seed, with words and paintings by Kadir Nelson. Now this book is good for young children as far as the fact that it doesn't have a lot of words. However, it does require a lot more abstract thinking. Now, If You Plant a Seed is about the fact that our actions sow a sort of world that grows from our actions. So it covers that if we plant a seed of a plant, it grows into the plant the seed's from. If we sow a seed of greed, we build a world that is unjust. But if we sow a seed of kindness, if we plant that seed of kindness, it grows into a kind and peaceful world. I'm not gonna lie, I cry when I read this book. I feel it's so sweet. The illustrations aren't sort of the more cartoony ones of the other books, but more lifelike, but very pretty. All of the characters are sort of woodland or garden animals, and I just think this book has a wonderful message and really teaches children about the influence they can have on this world just through their small actions. Another book that really focuses on the effect that different small actions can have on the world that we create is called Do Unto Otters, a book about manners by Lori Keller. So while it says it's a book about manners, it does talk, like If You Plant a Seed, a lot about the way our actions influence our world. So it has these silly otters as our main characters, but the idea is it's teaching the lesson that we should treat other people like we want to be treated. A great moral for everyone to keep in mind. And it has these really cute woodland illustrations, but yeah. So a bunny instructs the otters on different things that it's good to act as. So telling them that they should be honest, telling them that they should be kind and thank people for things they do to them. Basically, it's a book about how treating each other well creates a nicer world for ourselves as well as the other people. Now, if you want to broaden your child's horizons, a great book is called Can You Say Peace by Karen Katz. So Can You Say Peace asks each child in this picture and more how they say the word peace. So this book follows how you say peace in different languages. In this book, it goes and says how you say peace, and for example, it says Meena lives in India. Meena says Shanti. It tells you the kids how to pronounce it. It shows a slice of life in some other place. And then after it goes through and tells how you say peace in different languages, the book goes on to say that each of these children, while they have different customs and languages, wants to live in a world where we can all get along, where people are kind to each other, and where they can be happy. This is a great book for encouraging understanding, for broadening your child's worldview, and for really preaching for a kind world of tolerance. So, I recommend Can You Say Peace by Karen Katz. The final book selection I have is Last Stop on Market Street, with words by Matt de la Peña and pictures by Christian Robinson. So this book is a classic, and if you haven't read it already, you definitely should. So Last Stop on Market Street follows a little boy with his grandmother as they take the bus. So the boy at first isn't thrilled to be riding the bus, but as they go through, they talk to the different people on the bus, they learn to understand them, they all do kind things together, and it's really a book that focuses on community, understanding each other, and how we can build a nice community for everyone, and how everyone contributes to that. So it's a really sweet book, with really nice illustrations, and of course it ends with the two of them working and doing volunteer work, and just really encourages kindness to others. So I love this book, The Last Stop on Market Street. So those are the recommendations I have for this month's Reader's Advisory. All of these books are about peace and kindness, how to encourage children to treat each other well, and to build a peaceful world that we all want to live in. So that's it for today. I hope you'll join us next month for another Reader's Advisory, and I hope that you will like this video and subscribe so you can catch more of our videos. Bye!